Okay, so I think we're up again, and we've got a new big ship in front of us. Okay, so at the space stations, you'll get other ships coming and going as well. You're unlikely to be able to afford any of them to start with, but you can speak to well, if they don't fly away, you can speak to the other pilots. So again, you can't understand anything they're saying because you haven't learned the language yet. So you can sell things, buy things, or make an offer on the ship. This ship is one of the haulers, it's Class A hauler. So it's got a lot of inventory slots there. If you click on the negotiate price, it'll give you two options: buy it outright to add it to your fleet, or you can swap your ship, your current ship, for it. And here it shows you what your trade-in price for your current ship is, and the cost of the new starship, and then it gives you an idea of the different benefits and what technology is installed and things. Um, if you were to buy a new ship, you can move things from your inventory. You can't move the technology, but you can move the items into the other ship's inventory, so you don't lose whatever you've got in your current inventory. But obviously, we can't. We've got 12,500 units, and this costs 112 million. So yeah, I mean the ships vary. The classes of ships, they start off at C class, and then you got B class, A class, and S class is the best that you can get. So A class is pretty up there, and obviously the higher the class, the more expensive it is. So this is one side of the space station. There's other options over there. I'll head over that side afterwards. You can speak to any of these guys or girls or aliens, whatever they are. Um, just speak to this one just to show you what's. They'll just they've got different characters. Like some of them will say things, some of them will be offended by your presence, things like that. These things give off like weird smells. Um, so I don't know if there's like one person in particular that I need to be speaking to here, or if I just need to keep speaking to them until okay. Yeah, so we've got somewhere else to go to now. But yeah, while we're here, just this. Let me show you quickly. I can't access the build options in here, but you can build like a teleporter thing. That's one of the things that I researched, and this once you've built it, these teleporters in the space station means you can instantly teleport between the different areas, so you don't have to worry about like ship fuel or time or anything like that. Whenever you go somewhere, if I had one of these built at my base and I teleported back to my base, it wouldn't leave my ship on the space station here. It would take it back and place it somewhere randomly close to the base. So we've got like a trade merchant type thing there. This is a mission guy. He'll give you missions. These ports here, galactic trade terminals. There's one in every space station, and you'll find them sometimes in structures that you find down on planets as well. Uh, and then sometimes there's like meetings going on and things with people that you can speak to. I don't think we've got anything to sell, but I will just have a quick look and see if there's a mission we might be able to do quickly. Nope, he doesn't want to give us any missions. Okay. I'll just run across to the other side quickly and show you what's on the other side of the space station. All of the space stations are the same. They very often look different on the outside, but internally, the layout is exactly the same. The only difference being occasionally like the colors, the plants that are around, and the creatures that are around. Like this is a Gek system, so there's a lot of those little Gek creatures around. But if you were in a different system, it would show up different creatures. So these are the technology merchants. You've got the weapons technology guy over here. This will give you an option to trade in your multi-tool for a new multi-tool. Again, we can't afford it, so we're not going to be able to do this. But if I wanted to trade this, it would cost me like almost 2 million. Would give me a lot more technology slots, and would also give me a boost to damage and how effective the scanner is. The scanner affects how many units you get per scan thing. Like you scan an animal, you scan a plant, something like that. You get units for it. This is the spaceship technology, same deal with that. And this is the suit technology guy. These you can only use these one per system, per space station. You can't keep coming back and getting more upgrades. So you can choose here. I can buy a new slot here. It costs 5,000. Or I can get a new cargo slot, which costs 50,000, or I can get a technology slot, which costs only 1,000. That's what I'm going to do first off, because when I start getting technology, we don't have any nanite clusters yet. But when we do get nanite clusters, what we can do, and the same applies to the starships and the multi-tool as well, but we can trade the nanite clusters for blueprints so that we can learn these upgrades ourselves, so that we can actually construct these things ourselves, I believe. Or we can just straight up buy the upgrade modules from this guy for the nanite clusters. Again, they use the same kind of ranking system, C, B, A, and then S being the best. So yeah, they give different upgrades to various different elements. But we can't afford any of those yet, so we don't need to worry about that. Okay, so that Gek told us the coordinates or something. So the ship. We need to go to, see on the edge of the screen there, we've got a little icon. We don't want to go back inside there. Let's go around here. Oh, stress signal. Let's head over to that. It's going to take another minute to get there. Different ships get different bonuses to the things, and some of them get bonuses to the pulse drive, I think, which is the explorer ships, which makes traveling like this. I don't know if it makes it quicker or if it just makes it more efficient, fuel-wise. I'm guessing it makes it quicker as well. Okay, so we're almost there. See in the middle of the screen, there's a fuel bar. It reduces from both ends at the same time. I guess that's because there's maybe two engines. Not sure. We'll have to recharge that again soon. Okay, so this is one of those pre-built. Is it a pre-built structure or is this a crashed? Okay, this is a crashed freighter. We'll just cut the speed before we get down. We'll go fully into the atmosphere. There we go. You'll find these randomly crashed around the place as well. There's very little that you can do with them, which is kind of disappointing. Um, but often you'll find that there's a bunch of technology stuff um, scattered around under the ground that you can dig up, which might be what it's about to ask us to do. Okay, so there's a save point somewhere, probably. Is there a save point here? I'm not sure. Maybe not. I don't see one. Anyway, let's go on with this. Hyperdrive blueprint. There we go. It gives us little teasers like that um, quite often. So we're just a pawn in somebody else's game. Okay, so we need chromatic metal and a microprocessor. Okay, so yeah, we need to buy the microprocessors, I think, from the space station, which is a bit frustrating that we just came from there and we're going to have to go back again to get those. Um, Units required. Open the guide to learn how to make money. Okay, well, essentially what we'll do is we'll go back there and we'll sell a bunch of stuff. We should be able to make the money that we need. Um, but before we do, yeah, underground. The cargo pods are underground. Um, let's see. It's not asked us to do this actually, has it? So no, we're not going to do that. Since this is meant to be a kind of a walkthrough for the tutorial, I mean, you could go off and investigate this stuff by yourself. I mean, that one that's buried back there is the same as this one. It's just a cargo pod that's um, kind of out in the open. This one's actually got the port exposed, I think. Yeah, and this needs pugnium and cobalt to open, which we don't have. We can only get pugnium. Pugnium, I think, is the thing that you get from sentinels. If you shoot and kill the sentinels, you'll acquire pugnium from that. So let's just check our. Got some gold. When you mouse over the stuff in your inventory, it gives you a brief thing like there. It says total value is 4,500 units roughly. Uh, and then in the exosuit, we've got. Come on, there you go. Got some other stuff. I mean, sell the salt and things. At the different space stations, different systems have abundance of different resources. So the prices that you can get for things aren't always the same. Sometimes it's more profitable to harvest a bunch of stuff in a place that's got a lot of it and take it to another system where they don't have it, so you get a better price for it. But yeah, I haven't really figured out the kind of the wider economy stuff yet. It's we're going to need to recharge the pulse drive before we get there. So let's stop in the asteroids. Uh, so you got some of these, get some more of that tritium that we need. We could use the rockets. The rockets, I think, use the ammunition though, which the pulse cannon thing, photon cannon, sorry, doesn't use any ammunition. It just has like a heat bar thing. It's essentially got unlimited ammunition, which is good. You can get some of the various upgrades for the ship. Is like for the photon cannon as well. You can increase the firing rate, how quickly it overheats, and how much damage it does. The upgrades do make quite a big difference. There really isn't a lot of scope for PvP in this game, at least not right now. You can find other players, you can join other players' games, you can find them randomly, and you can fight them, you can shoot them, you can blow up their ships, you can kill them, but you get nothing for it. There's no loot drop or anything like that. Is this? No, it's on the other side. God damn it. Okay. But yeah, like I said, there's no loot drops or anything like that. So PvP wise, you've got nothing to gain whatsoever from killing other players. The only thing it does is if you kill a player and then kill them again before they return to their tombstone, you don't even see their tombstone. It doesn't show up for you. It's invisible. Uh, but if you kill them a second time before they retrieve their stuff, then you've basically just caused that player to lose their inventory. But so you don't get anything out of it. All you can do is screw other players over, which is probably not a good thing to encourage in a game that is pretty demanding on time in order to get the resources and the units and things that you need. Okay, so let's have a look and see how much they are to start with. Uh, Microprocessors. So they cost 19,000 each. We've only got 11, but we can switch by pressing X to sell. Hold down left click. That will sell this stuff. It's given us enough for one. What else? That's like, why is it not? Okay. I don't know why it's chosen to only sell one. That's weird. Sell it all. Most of these resources are relatively easy to reacquire. I'll keep the chromatic metal and the magnetized ferrite because they've had to go through two of the processing uh, processes. That's enough to buy what we need anyway, by the looks of it. So microprocessors, we needed two. So we've got those. But it wants us to make more money. Okay, hang on. Let's just have a look at the mission. Okay, so can I? We can make it here, maybe. Is it a component? Is it in technology? Oh, it's in technology. There we go. Oh, we need 5. Okay. That'll be why we need that many credits or units. Need more chromatic math as well. So we're going to have to go back to the planet. There's nothing else that's selling the gold and silver isn't going to give us enough. Maybe there's that. So we're going to need to go and harvest a bunch more resources from somewhere in order to come back here to sell the stuff. Now this planet is closer. I think it's the closest. What's it got? Let's scan it quickly and see. Gamma root, cobalt, uranium, copper. What about that one? What's that got on it? Oh, it's the same. Another planet? I don't know. I will go down onto this planet anyway. We might be able to find. We might be. I mean, we could just mine gold and silver in the asteroid fields, but that would be pretty boring. We might be able to find something here, like there's something called a humming egg, which inside the humming egg there is a pearl that you can gather, which you can sell. They're not worth a vast amount, but they are semi valuable, I would say. I mean, we can earn money by scanning plants and animals and elements. It's not very efficient at this point because we don't have any of the upgrades for the tool that's going to make it more lucrative. On the game that I was playing before, when I was trying to get to grips with the game, the upgrades that I got. Oh, what's this? Oh, we won't stop there. Anyway, the game that I was playing before, the upgrades that I got on my mining tool, on my scanner, sorry, meant that I was actually getting about 100,000 per animal and about 50,000 per plant. These, these look like they may be worth something, and if the plants aren't worth something, those floating crystals probably will be. If I can mine them, I might need the advanced mining tool for these. I need the advanced mining labor. Okay. But these, and we need the hazmat gauntlet. Okay, so we can't do either of those. Okay. I don't think we can craft either of those either. There's a life support thing. And there's the caster. Yeah, we can't do that either. Okay, so we're just going to have to make some money. Start biotechnology, cobalt. So the relics, actually, the relics give you some good stuff sometimes. I think it's tetra cobalt they give you, along with the relic itself as well, which you can sell for a respectable price. And it's behind this rock. Is there a cave entrance? Doesn't look like it. I have to mine down to it. The risk there is that I'll mine too close to it. Oh, that's one of those plants. Where's it gone? It was right there. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we'll use the terrain manipulator. We'll go off to the side. Punch through into a cavern? No? Punch through into a cavern. And it's gone again. That's frustrating. Try and dig through at that angle, see if we break through into a cave. No, there's nothing down there, nothing down there. Okay, so we'll ignore that. Okay. What have we got over there? Mutant plant. There's these yellow diamonds with the like. This one's got 3 stripes. Mutant plant has 2, and those data structures have 1. I'm pretty sure it gives you like an estimate of the value. And the floating crystal stuff is definitely more valuable than the subterranean relics. But I will. They're close by, so and there's going to be a cave system underneath us, which we recharge the might be enough to get us down to it. We'll actually pick up some of this carbon so we can recharge the mining beam. Is this a cave entrance down here? No. See, ideally I wouldn't mine into it. I'd rather find a cave entrance to get into them because they'll be somewhere down through the caves. I have to dig through anyway. Okay, we found into a cave here. That's good. That's good. And yeah, the tagging thing is kind of weird. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. As you can see, the tag has disappeared now. And where are the relics? That's something that has bugged me quite a bit. The way they disappear sometimes. Well, it looks like the disappeared. So we'll just see if we can find something else of value down here. Doesn't look like there is anything else down here, which is kind of frustrating. Well, I guess we can just mine some stuff. Actually, before we dig it all up, maybe we get the units from scanning some things. It's not a lot though. We're gonna have to scan a lot of things to be able to get the units that we need. Yeah, when you switch, it's something else. When you switch from the aiming reticle here with the multi-tool to the scanner, it drifts off to the scanner drifts off to the left, and then when you switch back to the multi-tool, it drifts back to the right again. I'm not sure why it does that. Seems a bit odd. Yes, we need to recharge that again. This salt is reasonably priced, so we might be able to get enough of this to be able to do that. Let's just check and see what kind of amount we're looking at. Okay, we'll take we'll break this down as well, and then we'll go back. Journey milestone as well. That's the point. We need to figure out where we mine down into this. This could be interesting. Is that it? I think that's it. Yep, there we go. There we go. Good job the jetpack was powerful enough to get us back out again. Could have been interesting. Ah, so we need ours. That's enough to get us off the ground at least. And we need to, oh, that's the base. We need to go back to the space station, which where that is. Let's get out of the planet's field. There it is. There we go. Hopefully, what we gathered there should be enough for us to get what we need. We need another 3. We got 2 already, so so we need to go back to the trade terminal. And we need to sell salt. Okay, and that should 3. Yeah, we've got enough. And you see that they're a lot more expensive here. Almost twice as much here as they would be normally. So now we need to go and make that chromatic metal that it was asking us for. We do have some spare units though, so it's possible that one of these might be selling some chromatic metal. The trade terminal might be selling it as well. It's possible. I'll have a quick look there before we go back to the planet. Chromatic metal, there we go. How much did we need? Is it 250? So let's see how much we need. 250. We need 250 copper for the chromatic metal. I'm not even sure. I can't remember how much we needed for that. We've got 32,000. So let's just buy as much as we can. Okay, looks like that was enough. So let's just get back closer to our ship so that we can access the ship inventory. Starship, technology, hyperdrive. There we go. So I need to seek more answers amongst the stars. Okay, so we'll wait for this to. You can hold tab to skip those. Sometimes you're going to want to do that. Quickly, we'll press C. That should. There we go. Another location. Where is he? Over there behind. It's back on the planet that I built my base on, by the looks of it. So it takes us another minute to get there. It can definitely be quite demanding when it comes to travel times. And not that a minute is that much, but when you have to hop between planets and systems quite often, it can get a bit much. Get to practice your thumb twiddling techniques. Okay, almost there. Let's cut the speed. And where's the door? Oh, the door's on the side. Let's park over here then. Oh, there's my alarm again. So, yeah, just before I go and investigate that building, I'm just going to cut the video there, and I will be back in a moment or two.